So here I am showing off my newest designed shirt. I'm super excited about it, and it came in time perfect for my Hoya collection video. Now, if you want to get your hands on this shirt, the link will be below in the description box. So go ahead and pick up one for yourself if you guys really like Hoyas as much as I do, because this was definitely a fun one to design. So thank you. Hey Happy Hearts, it is Kylie here again. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please do, because you are missing out, okay? Today I'm going to be doing my entire Hoya collection. I figured today would be the perfect day to wear my Hoya shirt, because of course Hoya blooms, Hoya collection, come on. Let's just jump right into the video, because this video is probably going to be an hour long. Okay, so the first Hoya I'm going to be showing you guys is my Hoya Crimson Princess. This one is my bigger pot of it. I don't have like a massive pot, but I do have a ton of little cuttings of this plant. So I do have quite a few Hoya Crimson Princess. This is one of my favorites because of the pink leaves and just how much white there is on the leaves. I find this to be one of my favorite Hoyas. This one is getting a ton of sun, so it looks really light and it looks kind of sickening, but I promise you it is just the grow light. So my Hoya Crimson Princess. My Hoya Crimson Queen is also a beauty as well. This is definitely one of my favorites, but I think I like the princess more, not gonna lie. But I do think it is a beautiful plant. I do have a big plant. In the living room, I just decided to grab the smaller one because it was just easy to, you know, quick grab. So yeah, my Hoya Crimson Queen, sorry. My Hoya Crinkle 8. I did just take a cutting of this in one of my other videos, so if you saw that, she's got a little clip here. I'm hoping, oh, she already started to grow, put out a new little growth spot right there. I'm super excited. I want this to be a big bushy plant, so cutting that one side wasn't too big of a deal for me because I really do like this plant. It's definitely unique and I think it's very special. Hoya Kengiana Albomarginata. So this one has gotten a lot of issues lately. I'm probably going to rip this leaf off because I do not know what's going on with it. I thought it was sunburn, but it might still be sunburn. I don't know. But she's not looking too pretty there. But I will say she threw off this like extremely long runner, and I'm hoping we'll get some leaves off this soon. There's also a peduncle on that, and then there is a new growth point right there. She hopefully will be bringing out more of the white in here because some of the older leaves are completely green, but the leaves are just crazy, okay? I don't know if that's normal, but that's her. She's cute. I like her. Hoya fuensis. I did just take 2 cuttings off of her. She's got a growth point here and another new growth point right there. So she's super pretty, and let's see if I can get that sun on her real quick. She's got so much splash, and her leaves are kind of like leathery almost, but there is a lot of fuzz on it. I really do like this plant. It's definitely really cute. This is my Hoya Sunrise. I do really like this plant. This is one of the very first few Hoyas that I put into my collection, and I chopped her up really far back. Like I took probably about 10 cuttings from her, and now she's finally starting to grow for me again, and I really like that because I wanted her to be big and bushy, and then I thought I'd share her, and then now I was regretting that, but I definitely think she's super cute and highly desirable. Love the red. The next one is my Hoya compacta. Now she is growing like a weed now. She was root rotted from the place that I got her. I do need to clean up her leaves a bit, but she's just growing so happily up where she is now, and I do not hate it. So my Hoya carnosa compacta. Now this is either the Hoya Kenjiana or Hoya Wayeti. I don't know which one you want to call it, but this is the variegated. I think it's a Wayeti, but you know, everyone's going to have their own opinions, and I'm okay with that. I'm just going to stick to, this is the variegated form of whatever. She is currently throwing some hands right there in the sun. Yep, love her, love the colors. I think she's beautiful. Can't wait to put her in an actual pot, but for now she's okay with a nursery pot. My other Hoya Wayeti, there's not much to her. She's got a little baby leaf right there coming. Her colors are really cute when they're sun stressed. I love it. The deep margins are also really beautiful. So I love this one. I also have a big mama plant. This one, we've had our ups and downs, and I don't know if she likes me still yet. We're gonna see. We're gonna try this out. But she seems to be happier. She hasn't thrown any more like dead strands out, so I'm hoping that that actually did the trick. As you can see, there is a dead leaf right here, though. No worries. Whatever. But yeah, my Hoya Wayeti is definitely a beauty. The next Hoya is my Hoya Bordeneye. She's a nice, really purple color. She's got beautiful veination. Definitely normally green, but because of the lighting, she's turned purple. This is my Hoya Australis, SP Australis. I do have a baby cutting of it as well. This one has gone way too long without watering, which is why she's starting to yellow. I can't keep up. I need to pot this one in this one. But basically the Hoya Australis, SP Australis, is a very fuzzy Australis, and I love it. I cannot wait to put them together to make a big plant. This is my Hoya Goldeneye. I don't know what's going on right there. It's not scale. I've tried to take it off. It doesn't come off. I think it's like it got scratched or something. But yeah, my Hoya Goldeneye hasn't done anything for me for a year. Waiting on a growth point. Don't see one anytime soon. So yeah, Hoya Goldeneye. Hoya SPAFF Bertonier or Bilobata, whatever you want to call it. I have both of them in separate containers because they came from two different people. So wasn't sure if they could be potted together, but this one is trying to bloom currently. But yes, a Hoya Finlaysonii Ripple Leaf. Now this one, I'm gonna turn it. Looks like that. I'm not really sure what's going on here. It shot out this leaf, and then it shot out a long runner that nothing has come from it. And it's probably been more than 8 months since it's done this. So yeah, I'm not sure. Then I have a Hoya LOYCEANDREWSIANA. I'm not sure why she threw off this runner and then killed it basically, but I have not gotten a new leaf from her in over a year now, so it's kind of frustrating, but I still love the plant. I think the leaf in itself is as big as my face, so that's kind of cool. This is my Hoya Fitchii, still in the pot that I bought it in, but I have taken cuttings from this guy and you know, let it grow. It wasn't very big when I first got it, but now it is pretty big and probably could use an up pot, but at the same time I think I'm going to leave him in here because I can see whether or not he's thirsty. I can't really tell with the leaf shape, and I don't want to wait too long with this guy because this one will poop on me. This is my Hoya Sarawak. I need to get it out of this little net pot thing, but definitely sun stressed, but you know, I bought it like this. It hasn't done anything for me, so it's kind of irritating. The roots haven't rotted or anything like that, so I don't know. Hoya Sulawesi GPS 8867, and like I said, this one also has not done anything for me since I got it. Although it does look like it's trying to put out a new growth right there. Not the middle piece, but that little tiny nubbit right there. That looks like it could be possibly a new growth point, so we will see. I would be really excited if, you know, I do get some growth out of one of these two. This is my Hoya mini parensis, like I've shown in my other video. It wasn't very happy with me. I kind of let it dry out too much, but the leaf shape is just like a triangle. It's like so freaking cute. I love this one. It's also got like leathery feel to the leaves. It's not really fuzzy, but you can tell there is some fuzz on the leaves. So I do like this one. This is my Hoya EPC 301 black leaf. So I got this one from a seller on Facebook, and yeah, since I got it, it has thrown out this leaf and this leaf. It's really kind of cool, actually. I do really like this plant. Got like a cool texture to the leaves, if you can see with the lighting. I like that. This is my Hoya Matilde. I've had this one for probably well over a year now. I've debated cutting it and propagating it to make a bigger pot, but then I get scared because it starts to throw off more leaves, and then I'm like not ready to chop it yet. So we will see. I have chopped her before. She has been, you know, traded and given away and whatnot. So yeah, she's just one stem at the moment, but I do think I will chop and prop her maybe next spring. We will see what this winter brings, but she does have a little peduncle back there behind that leaf there, which is exciting, so I can't wait to see what happens with that. This is my Hoya Penny's Treat, so MB1405B. This is Penny's Treat. I got this off of a Etsy seller. Honestly, it's put out this one leaf in the past year I've had it, and then it hasn't done anything for me either. I think I need to up pot it because I'm pretty sure this is really small. I know they like to be root bound, but you know, too root bound is not good as well. So maybe that'll be something I need to do before winter comes. But I do see little leaf spots right there. We'll see if those grow out. I'm really excited. I'd really be happy to see this plant thrive for me. I do love the colors of it. I like the purple. But yeah, Hoya Penny's Treat. This is my Hoya Thomsonii. I did chop her back not that long ago to give a cutting of, but this is a very fuzzy little guy. Like, you see the fuzz on the leaves. It's really pretty. This one also has bloomed for me. As you can see, the little blooms there. I haven't really dared to pull them off. I should, because they just make a mess, but yep, she's got a little peduncle right there as well. So we'll see her bloom probably soon again. I did just recently up pot her out of her old pot and into this pot, so hopefully I can start seeing some new growth coming from this little girl right here. This is my Hoya No ID. Now this was bought by my boyfriend. A lot of my Hoyas are actually gifts from my boyfriend. My boyfriend did treat me very, very nicely and has supplied my addiction. This is my Hoya No ID. This was my Christmas present from him. He got it from a seller that is pretty known as far as the community goes, reputable. It is very, very splashy up here. This one's not so much, but it started with this leaf right down here. I am excited to see what this winter brings, if it'll bring some more leaves. I might have to up pot it and put it into a new pot because I'm thinking I'm letting it dry too much, but at the same time I don't want to be overwatering it. So that is the thing about Hoya that some people just don't understand, is it's kind of confusing. I love Hoya though, definitely. My next Hoya is Hoya Curtisii. Now this one is my little baby one that I got actually as little cuttings. It wasn't a full plant, and it's been doing pretty good for me. And this is my big mama Hoya Curtisii. This one I got from one of my local plant stores. So I just couldn't pass up the just delight that it was when I saw it. I was like, you are coming home with me today, babies. So this is my big mama Hoya Curtisii, and I think I've been doing really good with it. This was definitely a fun find, and I'm excited to have her in my collection. I did just shut the shades a little bit because the sun was getting right in my eye. This is my Hoya globulosa or villosa, whatever you want to say. This one is really cool. It's definitely got a new baby leaf coming. Well, obviously here, but it's growing. It hasn't hardened on completely yet, but it also has this little nubbit right there that is going to hopefully sprout some more exciting new growth. We will see, but this one's definitely one of my favorites. Then this is my Croniana. I do have another few pieces of this Hoya, but each one of them is not doing the greatest. As you can see, the leaves are kind of yellow. Don't know if it's just too much light or not enough water or what it is, but he's in this really cool skull pot I really like. This is my Incrusata Moon Shadow. I did just chop it again because another plant friend in my community wanted a cutting of it. It's definitely a really cool one. This is Hoya Hanhei Yellow Pink. It's definitely one of my favorites. It's a really fast grower, and it started out as like a really not so cute looking leaf, and then it's popped out all of these really beautiful leaves that have so much like texture to them. I really love this plant. This is my Hoya Finlaysonii. I did just do a cutting of this one as well, but this one hasn't grown for me like at all since I got it. I also have another Finlaysonii which is not doing well. I'm gonna probably have to reroot it or something, I don't know. But yeah, my Hoya Finlaysonii hasn't done anything for me, and I've probably had it for like a year and a half now. So yay to plants that just don't do anything but exist. I love you still. This is my Hoya Motoseki. Now this one has super fuzzy leaves as well. It's got like a little bit of I think it was just inconsistent watering, honestly. So that was a big loss on mine. It's got a peduncle right there. It just keeps blasting them. I've never seen it bloom yet. It just exists in my collection now. This is my Hoya Rotundiflora. Now this one might use a new pot. I don't know. I love this little cement pot that it's in. I think it's so cute. But as you can see, it's starting to really just crawl all out of the place, ready to be uppotted, I'm sure. But I'm gonna leave it in there for as long as I can because I really don't want to mess around with Hoya root. But yeah, my Hoya Rotundiflora, definitely a fun one. And my fan just turned on, so I'm sorry if you start hearing that in the background. I can't really get rid of that noise. This is my Hoya AH074. This one needs a good drink. Look at the leaves. These leaves literally curl like a taco whenever it's thirsty. So this one definitely needs a good drink, but it hasn't brought out a ton of new splash yet. I'm waiting for the super splash because, I mean, you can't even see, this is how freaking underwatered it is, but you can see right there that like the leaves are just super splashy in general. So I'm waiting to see if this one will do anything else for me. I mean, it has put out quite a few new leaves, but the new leaves are not as splashy. And then it started to bloom, so I think it just needs to be repotted, honestly, but I don't know. It definitely dries out really quickly, and there is a root coming out of the bottom. So this one might be one I want to repot. We'll see. I don't know. I'm scared to repot Hoyas. This is my Hoya Kerii variegata. This one, you can see in this leaf that it's variegated, but the leaves that were coming out after the very first leaf, you can't tell. I think the very first leaf that it came with, though, right back here, is dead. Look at how yellow it is. But these guys seem to be doing okay, so I'm going to leave them alone and not do much to them. I think I might have overwatered it at one point, but we will see. This one might just turn into a Hoya Kerii splash because of how little variegation it has on it, but regardless, I do really like this plant. I think the heart leaves are really cute. This is my variegated Hoya Kerii, the one with the outer margin variegation. I did have to reroot this one. This one was dying on me, so I have plopped this little guy in this dirt right here and rerooted it. This one's also another one my boyfriend bought me, so I do like this one a lot. This is my Hoya Vitalina or Vitalina, whatever. I don't know how to say that honestly, but this is the newest leaf that it gave me. I've had this thing for over a year as well. Those were the two very first leaves it gave me. And then there's that guy. It looks so different from the original plant. This one I bought off of Etsy as well, but I do really like this one. I would hope that it would give me some new leaves soon, but no promises. Obviously, Hoyas do what they want. This is Hoya Melliflora. Melliflora. I don't know how to pronounce it. This one, you know, is probably just gonna die on me. I don't know what's going on with its stem. I think I may have rooted it wrong. I don't know, but it has not done anything for me since I got it. And it just doesn't, it's not happy with me. This is my Hoya Tribbiana. I don't know what to do with this guy. He was more than just one leaf, and then those leaves started to die off, and now he is down to this one. This one I had to root myself. I think I may have rooted it in LECA, and that is why it's not happy with me. It's nothing special. This is my Hoya Gray Ghost. This is part of it. I have the other half that I'll show you guys. This one has got something brown going on. It's not happy, and I don't know if you guys ever seen that. I think it might be a rust issue. We'll see. But my Hoya Gray Ghost is not happy. This one came from Russia as well. This right here in this pot is my Hoya Serpens. Now, my Hoya Serpens has not been very happy with me. So, yeah, I don't know. I want to get it out of this soil that it's in because the soil is like rock hard. So we will see. This one's a project. This is my Hoya Mauna. This one is actually one of my favorite Hoyas ever. I absolutely love this girl. This one was given to me by a plant person off of a Hoya group. I bought it off of her. This is my Hoya Australis ALBOMARGINATA. Now this one's got really fuzzy leaves. It's also super, super cute. Definitely needs a drink, I'm thinking. But this one hasn't done anything for me since I got it, and I got it last year. So, yeah. No comment. It is actually just died off leaves, honestly. It does look like there's a new growth spurt coming, so I'm gonna try to pray on that one. Where is it? I just lost it. Right there in between that leaf and the stem. That is the growth point. So I'm hoping I get some new growth out of this one. Oh, and there's a growth point up there too. Right there in between the things. So we'll see. I think my Australis Brookfield grows really crazy, so I'm hoping that this one does the same for me. This is my Hoya Fungi. This one is grown so rapidly. Like the leaves haven't even hardened off completely from when I first got it. I think this one was just like a gift because I'm pretty sure I did not buy two. I did buy one, and that one is not doing so hot. As you can see, it's a lot lighter than this one. I'm so sorry that the lighting is going crap now. But it does have a new growth point, so I'm hoping that it starts to grow soon. But yeah, this one is darker. It's got, it's putting out leaves with splash on it. It is really just amazing. I'm probably going to have to trellis it up sometime. This is my Hoya Brighton. I will put the mix of like what plant and what plant crossed together gave you Hoya Brighton, but I believe this is also one of Suzanne's hybrids as well. It has not done anything for me since I got it. Actually, no, that's a lie. This is a new leaf right here. But other than that, like, these were the two leaves that it came with. This is my Hoya Parasitica Heart Leaf Splash. It started to die on me. I cut it and I saved just this point, like this half. The bottom half I was not able to save. It died of like root rot or something. I don't know. This is Hoya ACUTA. This one was also one that was from LECA to soil. It has put out 1 leaf per plant, and that is all I've gotten from it. But I do see a new growth point, so I'm hoping that it will grow some more for me. This one was also a cutting from a local planty friend. This is Hoya Sipinengensis. I don't know. This one did nothing for me for like a good year. Guaranteed it's been at least a year. And now it's starting to put out new baby leaves. So this one's the new one. Then there's a new baby one down here. So I'm really happy. Mom life, right? I'm really excited to see what this one looks like all grown out, because it literally has been the same for like a year. Hoya Fitchii longleaf right here. This one was a another I don't know, mystery cutting thing that I did. Yeah, I got that leaf out of it and then it just stopped growing. So that's all we got. This is my Hoya mirabilis or gracilis, whatever it's been going by right now. I don't know. I haven't been able to keep up. But this one was a whole rerooted plant because clearly there's nothing going on with it. It looked like a mouse or something munched on this leaf, but it's been like that since I bought it. So I wonder if it happened like at the store. I don't know. I did have it in LECA and I switched it out of LECA. But anyway, yeah. You see my little baby over there. This is Hoya Shepherdii. This one is kind of a crazy grower. I can't keep up on the watering for this one. It seems to dry out like every other day. I should repot it into something a little better. I think they were just little cuttings that were thrown into dirt and then sold. So honestly, I don't think that this has anything to do with me underwatering it. I think it just doesn't have enough root to sufficiently give itself enough nutrients. The green bean Hoya. This is Hoya NUMMULARIOIDES. This one was a cutting I was gifted by a plant person or something. I don't know. Hoya NUMMULARIOIDES. I do have a big mother plant of this one, so this one's getting a lot more sun, as you can tell. And yeah, so Hoya NUMMULARIOIDES, these ones have really fuzzy leaves, so if you are a leaf petter, this one I'd highly suggest, because it literally feels like velvet. Honestly, I could pet these leaves all day. The sun is definitely shining, which I am not bad about in any way, but it will definitely affect the look of this video. This is my Hoya Patricia. I'm trying to get you guys to see the newest leaf that it popped off. Hoya Patricia. When I first got this plant, honestly, it did nothing for me for a very long time. So it had this leaf and this leaf. It finally, this year, popped out this leaf. So, yeah. But it's got a new growth point right there. And it looks like a new growth point right in between the two leaves. So, hopefully, pretty soon I will have a very big Hoya Patricia. This is Hoya Benvengari. This one also needs a really good drink. And I should do that before it wants to kill off this new leaf that it's throwing out, finally. This one also didn't do anything for me for a year, so to have that new leaf coming in is just exciting, and a new little growth tip right there that looks like it could be a leaf too. I'm pumped, okay? Hoya obovata, of course, the classic, definitely my favorite too. I just love how big and round these leaves are. It definitely has thrown out a couple new growth points. You can see right in there, and then back here there's one. But anyway, this one's a classic. If you do not have it, you definitely should get into or think about getting it. After I cut it the other day, it popped that little growth point right there in between the leaves. So I'm hoping pretty soon here she will be throwing some more hands. Hoya retusa. This one, the little flowers on it are starting to pop off. But it did flower for me, which is exciting. I didn't notice a smell on them, but, you know, I didn't really come in here that much at night. Hoya sigillatus. Got it. My Hoya sigillatus was really thirsty, so I did just water it. As you can see, it started to show me that it was freaking thirsty. So, yeah, I'm hoping that I didn't give it root rot because I just transferred the pot into a bigger pot, and you know how Hoya are, but I was really hoping that this one would make it through. I really like this one. This one is Hoya in Crevula. This one right in here. This one is supposed to be like a super rare Hoya, but obviously I don't know because I have not seen it being sold anywhere. This one was part of a mystery cutting thing. But yeah, so Hoya and Crevula. This is Hoya Rosita. Now this one, I need some cinnamon, honestly. Hasn't done a dang thing since I bought it, okay? Hasn't done a dang thing. It is like a small baby form of Hoya Waiitii, but also more round leaves, so you still get the outer lining like Waiitii, but it's not Waiitii. This is Rosita. This is Hoya CALITA. This one came to me as supposedly a rooted cutting. It was not a rooted cutting, so I ended up having to root it, and ever since then I still haven't seen any new growth from it. I had gotten this last fall, so it's been well over a year now. This plant literally has not done anything. It just exists in my collection. Now I'm going to show you guys my little Hoya linearis because you'll see my big one if you look at my top 10 favorite Hoya list. But this one is currently blooming for me. That is so pretty. My Hoya linearis, this is just one of my baby ones. I do have a big one that if you go check out my top 10 favorite Hoyas, you'll actually see the size of how big my Mama Hoya is, but these are just cuttings of that Hoya. This is Hoya X1221. This one literally hasn't done anything. Look at all of that algae and stuff on there. I really don't care for this one, honestly. I'm hoping that it actually starts to do something for me this year. But yeah, I don't see any roots. I don't know. I don't know with this one. It literally hasn't done anything for me. Yeah, I don't know what to do with this plant. This is Hoya X1221. That's just the like the GPS numbers for where they found this Hoya, actually. So it really doesn't have a name. This is Hoya Kamingana. I don't actually have more than one strand of this, and I don't want to cut it to create another growth point. I'm just hoping it pops out a new growth point on its own because like the end is just so cute. Like how dare I cut that off? So I'm hoping this one grows more, but this is my Hoya Kamingana. It's got really thin leaves, so it does need more water more often than most Hoyas. So yeah, I do really like this Hoya though. Okay, this is my Hoya Multiflora. Okay, so I had it in a really small pot because it was still rooting and whatnot from last year. And I could not, what is that? Oh, grossed out. There's a snail on it. Oh my god, I have a problem. I just recently potted her in a bigger pot. Yeah, it was honestly like blooming at least once a month because of how small the pot was. So yeah, I up potted it and I'm hoping that it doesn't dry out as fast, and I'm hoping that it actually throws out some growth for me. It hasn't done anything for me since I received this plant. Guys, I have a lot of Hoyas still left. Whew. Okay, let's try to finish this off strong. Let's go. This is Hoya Obscura. This one has also not done anything for me. I think it may have thrips, not gonna lie. I don't know, I've never seen that kind of damage before, so let me know what you guys think that that's from. I'm going to treat it regardless because I don't need pests in my house. Let's have a new growth point in there, right up there at the top. So yeah, Hoya Obscura. This is the section that are mainly just propagations, and I have quite a few unknown Hoyas in my collection that I don't know the name for, so if you know them, please leave a comment down below because I'm gonna need the help. This is Hoya Finlaysonii UT073. So this one, my boyfriend got me because he thought I didn't have a Finlaysonii, but I do. This one's just a UT073, sorry. Hoya macrophylla green form. This one came from Indonesia. So as you can see, there's other like sticks and stuff in here. I was trying to root some of the dead plants that are not coming back to life, clearly. That I think, you know, who knows. But yeah, this is my Hoya macrophylla green form. Oh, that sun is not fun. At least not for the video. But I did have a ALBOMARGINATA that has passed away because I took it out of LECA and it was not happy about it. So I'm scared to pull this one out of the moss because I feel like it's not going to be happy with me. So yeah, Hoya macrophylla green form. This is the newest leaf that it popped off for me. I'm so excited to see where this one is going to go for me. Okay, I changed the position of my camera in hopes that this will look better, but this is my Hoya quinquenervia. I believe that's how you say it. This one also was a no name. It came from Indonesia, so I don't know exactly if that's true or not, but that's just how I perceived it as. It looks just like one with the way the leaves are forming and everything. So comment down below if you know the real name, or if you think you know, or if it's not what I'm saying it is. But yeah, so that is that one, my no name. Okay, this one's another one that came from Indonesia. This one was supposed to be Hoya patella pink, but I am pretty sure that it is just a PUBICALYX, but I'm not 100% sure because of how the leaves underneath are forming. I don't know. This is my Hoya CALLISTOPHYLLA. Now, I have been back and forth with this plant for forever. When I got it, it didn't do anything for me. I chopped it. It still didn't do anything for me. And then I sold my propagations, and it still has not done anything for me. I think it's going to start finally putting out some leaves because I see a tiny pink dot right here. I'm thinking that's where the next growth point is. It has started rooting in here, so I'm thinking it's finally happy now. But it seriously didn't do anything for me for a year and a half, and it bothered me so much that I am now left with just one 2-leaf cutting, and we're going to see how this goes for me, you know? This is my Hoya polished spot. Now, this one is looking kind of rough, but it's finally rooted, and I'm hoping that it starts to grow some more for me. We will see. The leaves started to get really small, so I'm thinking I gave it too much light. I don't know. I'm lost with this plant, but yeah, it's definitely a cool find for sure. It's just definitely sun stressed really bad. This is my other half of the Hoya Grey Ghost. This one is well rooted in sphagnum moss now. I could definitely switch it over to dirt. I'm just a little scared because this is the last of my Hoya Grey Ghost, and I'm really trying to see if it'll just grow for me and then I can propagate it again. But yeah, so Hoya Grey Ghost is very, very, very splashy. I really like this one. This one came from Russia. Like I said, with the base part of it that you saw. I did break off a leaf like a week ago, which was really sad because it was one of my favorite leaves. And yeah, so okay, this is my Hoya caudata. I got this one as like a purge thing, and then it wasn't doing so hot, so I ended up chopping and propagating all the extra leaves. And then of course the mother plant did die, so I'm glad I did propagate the leaves. This is my Hoya ACUTA SPLADH. This one looks like it's got some hurt leaves, kind of like the Parasitica SPLADH, but they're a little different. And I'm hoping that it starts to grow some new leaves. As you can see, there's like a little tiny growth spot right there. But yeah, I have it rooting in perlite. It's completely rooted and could be transferred to soil. I'm just too freaking lazy. This one is Hoya IRINA. This one looks really bad. Like the base plant, it looks like something's been eating at it. But I have checked over this plant many, many, many times and I don't see anything. I have tried to clean it off completely to see if that was scale. It's not scale, so I don't know. This is Hoya Irina. It kind of looks like a Hoya Jennifer in my eyes, but I could be totally wrong. I used to have a Hoya Jennifer. That one died on me too. But anyway, yeah, Hoya Irina. My Hoya Elliptica is in perlite as well because this is the only way I've been able to keep it alive. It's got multiple growth points coming. It's also got a new baby leaf coming down here. As you can see, that little tiny nubbit of a leaf. And then all the little green dots on the stem itself are all new little growth points. This is my Hoya ACUTA ALBOMARGINATA. Yeah, that's about it. It's not my favorite plant, not my favorite Hoya, but mainly because it hasn't done anything since it shot out this leaf. This is my Hoya PUBICALYX Pink Splash. Now this one is super pink because it was dying on me in the stuff that in the substrate that it came in. So yeah, I'm trying to reroot it currently, and it's starting to throw hands now right there. I don't know if you can see that. So yeah, we'll see how this one takes off. This is my Hoya Australis Lisa propagations that I did this past summer. It was dying and it had spider mites, the main mother plant or whatever, so I cleaned them off really well. And I had this one in its own area for a long time. It started to grow for me, so then I kept checking it to make sure that there was no extra spider mites, so then it was finally able to come and enjoy the Hoya home that I have over here. And it is currently pushing out a leaf right there. I'm putting my nail in front of it. This one is in like a little teapot cup, plant pot. Pretty soon this will be a very full pot and I'm excited about it. My Hoya Meredithii lives in a cloche because it really doesn't love me at all. It tried to bloom, the blooms burst. I don't know. It just hasn't been happy with me. I don't think I'm going to be able to keep it alive. It does have a little growth point in there, so that's exciting. The one leaf wonder still, like a lot of my other plants are. But yeah. This is my Hoya Incrusata Albomarginata. This one has a new little growth point right there. This one was on the struggle bus with me for a long time. I thought I was killing it. I rerooted it. I thought I was killing it. I rerooted it. You know, it's just been all over the place. It's starting to finally grow for me and finally be happy. So I'm hoping that it does continue to be happy for me because this one was a struggle bus for me. This is my Hoya Michelle. Now this one had a leaf forming and it was a beautiful leaf and I accidentally popped it off. And since then it's been mad at me and hasn't done a thing. I'm not kidding you guys, this is one of my favorite Hoyas, not even gonna lie, but the fact that it doesn't do anything for me anymore since I accidentally popped off the leaf and it wasn't even drying, it doesn't like me, so I don't love it anymore. I do love it though, but I don't. You know what I'm talking about. This right here is my Hoya ENDAUENSIS. This one needs a good drink as well. But this one just like magically grows like crazy. I have taken so many cuttings of this plant and it just still throws out more and more new leaves. Like there's growth points coming from everywhere, you guys. Like I'm not kidding you. I need a better plant pot for it, but I also don't want to remove it because it's gonna stress the plant out while it's so happy. So this one is just going to stay in this little clear plastic container, but I really do like the little crinkly leaves on my Hoya ENDAUENSIS. This one is definitely one of my favorites. I have a few Hoyas that do not have a name. This one I got as like a mystery cutting and she had them all labeled, but then she had one tag that didn't have a label on it, and this is the only one we could come up with that didn't have a name. So we don't know. I don't know what this plant is supposed to be. So if y'all know, let me know because she's starting to grow. Is she cute? She cute. She reminds me of like Fitchy Eye Longleaf, but I also don't know because it doesn't really look like a Fitchy Eye either. So we will see what this girl ends up to be. I don't know. If you guys have any ideas, please comment down below. Now this is my other Hoya that I don't know what it is. It grew this long little like tendril thing, and it's got a little peduncle thing right there. But it hasn't done anything for me since. I just don't know. I wish I knew what this plant was. Like, the leaves are really, really, really beautiful. So I don't know. But I'm really happy about this plant. This one also came from Indonesia, if I didn't mention that. This one also came from Indonesia. This one's also a really cute one. I didn't think I was going to be able to keep this one alive. It was just dying left and right, but I think it's so beautiful. It's got red veination in it, and I don't know what it's called, but it is definitely a Hoya, just with beautiful veins. I have the Hoya Hawaiian Mini. So this one, the leaves don't grow bigger than the mini form. Yeah. Hoya Croniana silver leaves. So this one was full silver. Hoya lacunosa, that has not dying on me, okay guys? It is seriously just so sun stressed that it looks yellow. Now this is my other Hoya lacunosa. I bought this one from my local Lowe's. Okay, I'm gonna stand right here. I have my big PUBICALYX right there. I'm not gonna pull it out of the spot just because it's really hard to show anyway. Hoya lacunosa, this one is actually about to bloom for me. As you can see, the little peduncle right there. This one actually has a little more splash in it, and this one's getting a little more light, so it's growing a little faster. So my other Hoya lacunosa, so that's 3 Hoya lacunosas. I have a problem. The Hoya carnosas. Oh gosh, guys. This is one Hoya carnosa. I literally bought it from a friend. So this was actually a Hoya Crimson Princess that's reverted. So as you can see, the 2 leaves that started this plant were Crimson Princess, and then the rest is all Hoya carnosa. These are like the newest leaves that has popped off, which are amazing. They haven't fully hardened off yet, but yes. And then it just goes and goes and goes and has some more new leaves down here, which is exciting. But yeah, this one was literally just one stem, and this is where it's at right now. Other Hoya carnosa, this one was a big mother plant that I have chopped up into 1, 2, 3 little baby Hoya carnosa plants. I do have a few small parts to that plant, but I just wanted to show you guys my big pots. I do plan on getting rid of some of them. That's just, I have so many carnosa, because this one right here is my absolute favorite. This one is my baby doll, the one that I would never ever think to sell, because this one's going to be the one that I grow out for the rest of my life, hopefully. Sorry about the light, guys. This is terrible. My Hoya PUBICALYX Hawaiian purple or something like that. The leaves come out like really black, dark, I guess. This one isn't very happy with me. I've let it get too dry too often, and so now we'll see if I can keep this plant alive. I did take a cutting of it just in case. So this one right there, that big PUBICALYX, is not Hawaiian. This one is. Are my Hoya Bellas. So I've got the green form that I did take quite a few cuttings off of recently to share. And then my Louis Boy, or Louis Boy, whatever you want to call that, that I have chopped up completely to make a bigger, fuller plant faster. And then I do have the Hoya Bella ALBOMARGINATA, the one with the outer lining, and it does have a growth point, guys, so that's exciting. Oh my goodness, guys, you see, this is my Hoya Chelsea. I do really love this plant. Where's my favorite leaf? Right there. This is the favorite leaf of mine. It just looks so beautiful, you guys. She started out as a root rot plant, and I have saved her. It took me months to root every single one of these cuttings in here, and then once I got it rooted, it was a bitch to get it in a pot. I have switched this camera angle multiple times because I have been filming almost all day. This is my Hoya carnosa variegata. It needs a good drink, I'm thinking. it is growing for me, which is exciting, but this one was a rehab plant. This is my Hoya Parasitica ALBOMARGINATA. I have another Hoya carnosa compacta baby that is growing for me very slowly, but it is, and that's exciting. This is my Hoya SVETLANA. Still waiting to see what those little new leaves are gonna look like. I'm hoping she doesn't die, kill them off for me. But yeah, Hoya SVETLANA. Hoya Dalton Henry. Now this is a cross between Macrophylla and Crinkle 8, I believe. Or it's Macrophylla and Carnosa, but I believe it's the Crinkle 8. This is my really sad Hoya Macrophylla Snow Queen. I'm trying to currently reroot it. I would be surprised if it does grow anything for me, because with my past experience with Macrophylla, you know, doing this number on me, it has not been a very good experience. So I'm hoping that this one can be saved, but I have no promises in my heart to say that this one is going to be alive in the next few months. So for my very last plants, I have a Hoya Hischkeliana variegata that I'm trying to currently reroot in perlite. There's another little cutting here. I have Hoya Polynura cuttings in here as well. As you can see, this is a Hoya Sulawesi, another one, I believe. No, Hoya Sarawak. Yeah, Hoya Sarawak cutting right here. I'm not sure, honestly. They kind of look the same to me. So I realized the footage earlier was really bad as far as this part goes. So I am re-filming this part. But this is my Hoya CLEMENSIORUM. And then this is the little baby leaf that quit growing. So that's why I'm rerooting the two separately. I did have other CLEMENSIORUMs that did not make it in the travels from Indonesia to here. And then the other Hoya I have in here is the Hoya Angleriana. So yes. And I also have that cutting right here of the Hawaiian splash, the PUBICALYX. This is my Hoya Australis Brookfield. Yes, I have that in there. I don't have a problem with fruit flies. That thing's been in there since I literally have planted this pot. But this Hoya Australis Brookfield has grown all the way around my thing. So I just have left it and I didn't want to move it for this video. So on to my very last Hoya, Hoya Vitellinoides. Yeah, this one is very massive. My boyfriend ended up getting this one for me. Started as 2 cuttings and grew and grew and grew. I can't believe I almost forgot it, thinking I was all done. But here we are, my very last Hoya. Alrighty guys, I am so sorry that this video took forever. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you did, please hit that like down below. And obviously if you had any suggestions as to what those other Hoyas were that I showed you guys, please comment them down below. And comment down below what one was your favorite, because I'd love to know what Hoya you thought was the coolest, or you know, you may or may not have or put on your wish list recently. But yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I hope you guys check out my t-shirts. I did design them myself, and I really think they're kind of cool. I will put my Teespring link down below if you want to purchase one for yourself. Either way, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day.